Still just normal coffee. Coffee machine still broken. Will probably be for quite a long time. If anyone knows of someone that can fix a Breville coffee machine, please comment down below. Also, haven't cut my hair yet, but the hairdresser's opening up this week and I've got a booking for Friday. So the next time you'll see me, I'll be neat again. So looking forward to that. Welcome to another video, guys. I'm looking forward to sharing this one with you guys. It's about how free work turns into international work. So a couple of years ago, a top-end bridal magazine in South Africa contacted me and asked me if I would photograph a bridal fair for them. But it wasn't only going to be a bridal fair, it was going to be a fashion show as well, models on a catwalk with bridal wear, etc, etc. They said, however, they don't have a budget, but they would give me credit for the photos used and printed in their magazine. Even though it sounded great and everything, I decided not to do it. And the reason being, it was 7 months before the actual date. And the date was on a Saturday. And there was potential for me to book a wedding that day. So I declined. Moving forward 7 months, a week before that date, I have forgotten about that email. However, I didn't book a wedding for that Saturday. And literally a week before it, they contacted me again and saying their photographer pulled out. Can I please help them? They're in dire need of a photographer. I then asked them again, what would they give me in return? To which they said they'll give me a double page spread, $1,500 worth at that time. They'll give me a double page spread in the magazine and also an article about me, as well as about 15 pages of everything photographed on the bridal fair, which my name would be credited to. It sounded like a great deal and I decided to do it. I drove about 2 hours there, 2 hours back, got home back late that Saturday evening. The Sunday morning I woke up and I said to my wife, you know what? I've got this feeling I have to edit all these photos immediately and deliver it by Monday morning. Had a lot of coffee that day, I worked really hard. And by Monday morning, the magazine had all the photos on a Dropbox folder for them to use. They were so impressed by the service, and from there a long relationship started with them. A couple of months later, they contact me and say, we want to go to Mauritius for 7 days and we want to take you along, all expenses paid. We cannot pay you, but we'll give you credit again for everything used with regards to the photos. Went on the shoot. It was absolutely amazing. An awesome team. My experience going was fabulous. We went for 7 days. We had 2 days off, to which we just partied and sort of swam and saw the country. It was really, really amazing. But for 5 days, we worked our butts off. It was crazy. I remember 2 days we shot for like 14 hours straight. Also, where we were at, the sun rises on that side. We were on the eastern side of the island, so the sun rises over the ocean. It doesn't set over the ocean. And we had to get up for sunrise to get sunset photos, which means we got up like 3 o'clock in the mornings. There was one morning where we got up 2:30 in the morning because the models had to be make-upped and dressed, and we need to plan and see what the weather's like, etc, etc. It was crazy, but it was such great fun. So going there, I decided that I'm going to really spend a lot of time on the editing of the photos and do high-end editing and retouching. I also decided that I'm going to do my utmost best with regards to shooting. Not that I ever don't do my best, but I was like really, really focused. We had off time, which we had great fun, but when I was shooting, I really focused. And I thought by myself, maybe, just maybe, I can shoot a cover. So the editor was there and I started talking to her about a possible cover, and she said, yeah, she might be open for it. And then there was this one photo that one day, and this is the image, by the way, and that got the cover of the Mauritius edition of that magazine. So coming back to South Africa, I decided to give them the same service I gave them with the bridal fair. Now, obviously, it's not going to be edited in a day. This was like 5 days worth of shooting. It was like 10,000 photos in total. I can't even remember the amount. But what I did is I did an initial culling, and then I went to the editor. We got together and I sat with her a couple of hours and let her cull the rest from my culling so she decides what's the best for her. So after editing the photos, I obviously sent it to them, and a couple of months later, 2 or 3 months later, the magazine came out, and I had the cover of the magazine and about 40 to 50 pages of my work inside of the magazine with my name written all over it, with an article as well as the bridal fair. Everything was in that magazine. They even made a joke and said, we should change the magazine name to Kobus. But it just worked out that a lot of my photos was in there. I think they even featured one of my weddings in that magazine, which was crazy. The reason I'm telling you all this is not to brag or to boast or anything. It is to tell you the story of how free work can bring in a lot of work. The free work was hard work, but I used it as my advertising campaign and the time spent on advertising. So after that magazine was printed, I got so many inquiries of brides, and on my website I've got a little sort of comment box asking, where did you hear about me? And a lot of brides entered there. We heard from you from this specific magazine. And also because my work was in the magazine, it sort of made my brand legit. It gave my name almost like a stamp in the industry because my work was printed in this magazine. I also used the photos to do a small blog specifically for SEO purposes. What happened was I used the images, created a blog on my website with the correct SEO from Mauritius, wedding photographer. And I think up to this day, if you Google, and if I'm wrong, please forgive me, but if you Googled back then Mauritius wedding photographer, my name would pop up on page 1. What happened? I even booked a Mauritius wedding there, went back to Mauritius and photographed my first international wedding there, which was absolutely fabulous. So guys, sort of concluding quick, don't always shy away from free work. Free work is not necessarily a bad thing, but I would always tell you to decide on who you work with. Don't work with anyone for free. Choose the people you work for free very carefully. I've done other free work as well in the past, and it turned out great for business. So don't see it as free work, see it as advertising money, because rather than spending 10 grand on advertising, you're spending 10 grand on working for free. So guys, free work might bring you international work. Keep it in mind always. Be careful who you pick to work with, but go for it. Be creative and be positive about it. Guys, if you liked the video, please subscribe, click on the thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Ask me a question, tell me your story, tell me what you think of the video. I would really like your feedback, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.